ChatGPT potentially in trouble? So we have this really cool graph here showing the relative intelligence of the different models over the last couple of years. And you can see that basically ChatGPT has had no competition for 2+ years. As soon as GPT-4 came out on the left hand side of this graph around the second quarter of 2023, everyone else was playing catch up. And if you're already using ChatGPT and another new model like Gemini or Llama or one of the Claude models comes along and it's not quite as good as ChatGPT, why would you switch? This is the basic problem that other companies had in gaining market share, because ChatGPT was already there, it was already being used, it was well marketed, and there's no reason to switch to something that is not quite as good. Even if the model is just as good as ChatGPT, why bother switching? We're already using ChatGPT. It has to be much, much better, and as of yet, nobody has managed that. What's happened though over the last couple of years is you can see between GPT-4, GPT-4 Turbo, GPT-4, nothing really changed on the frontier models with ChatGPT. It wasn't until o1 that we saw a spike in the intelligence. And during all of this time, all of the other companies were constantly increasing the intelligence of their models. ChatGPT has basically rested and not made any giant breakthroughs up until o1. This has allowed all of the other models to catch up. So we are in this position that you see in the top right hand side of the graph now, where all of the models are very, very good. They are all almost comparable intelligence, and the differential in intelligence between each model is increasingly small. Again, it is insufficient for a model to be just as good as ChatGPT. It needs to be better in some way in order to make people actually change their behavior. We saw that to a certain extent with DeepSeek, the R1 model. Because it was free, because it was open source, people were jumping over to that to get a model that was equally good as ChatGPT, but without having to pay. That makes sense. I think what this chart really shows though is that ChatGPT do need to watch their back with their upcoming 4.5 and their 5 release. I think what this chart really shows though is that the margins between what ChatGPT is putting out and their competitors is going to be increasingly small. Unless we see something absolutely remarkable with GPT-5, then their lead in the market will probably start to